Okay. So, just trying to set up the camera, and of course, I'm having all kinds of trouble. Okay. Hopefully, that's good. Hi, guys. So, we are live for our wand study. I forgot my glasses, and we're live. Shit. Okay. Hopefully, oh, wait. My husband has a pair. Hold on. I'm coming. Oh, this is so funny. So, those of you who are not watching live, because there's nobody on yet, so I feel better about that. But anybody who is watching this back, oh my goodness, is seeing all this ridiculousness. Okay, so I ran to get my husband's glasses, and now I have a pair of glasses, and hopefully the phone won't fall again. So we are back for our wand study. Oh, I hate that angle. Oh, you know, sometimes it's just not your day. All right, hopefully that does the right thing. That's the second time it fell. Second. Okay. So we are back for the Five of Wands study. I'm sorry that I am a little bit late by a week at least. Maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. It seems like it's been a while since we got our wands on here. We are doing the Five of Wands, which is the first card in the wand study that has any conflict. Everything has been pretty good up until now. It's been like this building energy, this great buildup of universal push to go and start a new business or go start something new. Then we had the Two of Wands, which was making the plan. Then we went to the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands, you know, stuff was starting to grow, and we were seeing our future go out. And then we had the Four of Wands, which was some of our first success. Now we have our first conflict. So in this Wands journey, this fire journey of inspiration and artistic energy and action and movement, we have the first conflict card. So here is the Rider-Waite-Smith. Ooh, come on. You can do it. There it is. So there's the Rider-Waite-Smith Five of Wands. And that's the one I'll be holding up the most. But of course I had to get out because I just got the Albano Waite deck. And I love the orange in the background. I don't know. The oranges really do it for me. It's funny, you know, as a kid I hated orange. Something about as an adult, I really like the color. So we're looking at young men who are in conflict, who are all holding up their staffs and doing different things. They're all going in a different direction. So the astrological association for the Five of Wands is Saturn in Leo. The key meanings are competition and debates. So there's some kind of conflict there. So what does the card show? So it shows 5 young men. They're at odds with each other, holding a wand or a staff, a symbol of ego and passion. So totally understandable to see young men who are full of ego and passion. I have 4 boys who are between the ages of 16 and 25 now, and all of them are full of ego and passion, for sure. So I can totally picture this. They all have their own take on the situation. They're not acting in harmony as a group. They each have their own take on how to fix this situation. So it ends in a conflict. Instead of working together as a group, they all have their own idea of what to do and how to get there. So they aren't accomplishing anything. It's just conflict. And this card really says it's not disaster. It's not going to end badly. But it is just like an endless conflict. It's everybody, they talk about like sometimes, well, let me get there. Okay. So one holds their staff up in victory. That's they call it brown. It's the dude in the yellow shirt here. He's like, woohoo! I've won. I'm victorious, even though that's obviously not what's going on here. A group of 3 crosses their wands, all in different directions. So the red, white, and blue, and the green shirts back there, they are all crossing their wands at each other. And a 5th, so the one behind them in blue. Hi! I'm so glad you could join us. I have not seen you on our live videos, Tarot Alchemist. It's good to see you. So the dude in the blue in the back there, he is just kind of throwing his wand behind his shoulder, like keep away. So trying to keep it away from everybody else, protect his own, and make sure that nobody else can get it. So all 5 of them kind of have their own ideas, all in conflict, all in chaos, not really going anywhere. It's like spinning your wheels. So it's a conflict, but it's not a defeat. It's not a, like, everything's going to hell and it's all going to end badly. It's just kind of that chaos that is not real. Like, the end result isn't a horrible thing. It just is spinning your wheels. It's one of those bad days where just everything weird happens. So they can be seen as the pages of the 4 minor arcana suits approaching this context of strength in different ways. So, chaotic energy. Thank you. Yes, chaotic energy. Like, just everything. Have you ever been in one of those meetings? I have so been. First of all, my family used to own a nursing agency together. And there was all women. There's like all women in my family. My mother has 3 sisters. So my mother and her 3 sisters and their female cousins. For me, it's like everyone approaching the same problem. Everyone all on a different page. Yes. My mother and her 3 sisters, their female cousins, and there was 10 of them. And I was too young to technically be an owner at that point. I actually started a nursing agency later on with my aunt in Syracuse. But at that time, I worked there. I was an aide, and I worked in the office and that kind of stuff. But they used to, when they had their board meetings for this nursing agency, and it was a big nursing agency. At one time, they were the biggest in Rochester. But they would have like 13, 14 women, I think, in the same meeting room. And they were all family. So chaos ensued. We used to hear screaming from the boardroom because there was 13 women that were family and all had their ideas of how they wanted this business to work. And every single one of them has a different way of going about things. But that's what I think of is my crazy female family all getting together in one room and trying to decide on anything, much less a business plan. And just chaos. My one aunt would be like, we have to spend more money to do this. My other aunt, who was very frugal, was like, no, we can't. And none of them were these horrid ideas. And if they followed one of their ideas, they probably wouldn't have gone out of business completely. I don't know, my spending aunt maybe, but it was just all this back and forth chaotic energy, and then they would leave and go have a cup of coffee together and everything would be okay. I don't know if they really accomplished anything in that meeting, but that chaotic energy. That's what I think of, that buildup of and at each other kind of, but it doesn't really do anything. So it's not like a big downfall. It's just this buildup. Okay, so they can be seen as the 4 minor arcana suits, the pages of the 4 minor arcana suits. The victorious youth in brown, so this one over here, and the youth in green in the right in the center are the fiery wands, the pages of the wands. So they're action and going right in there. The youth in blue, holding his prize like behind his back, showing he can lift its weight. That is the Page of Pentacles. The aggressor in red is the Page of Swords. And the passive youth in blue and white, defending himself, is the Page of Cups. So that's one interpretation of where the cards came from. There's another one that I actually like better that's coming up here, but... So, A.E. Waite, when he wrote the pictorial key, he said this is mimic warfare. It's just a sham fight. So, in other words, it's not going anywhere. It's just boys, immature boys, fighting with each other over nothing. But it's not, nobody's going to get killed. It's not like, oh my God, the end of the world. It's just this friction. There are, so some of the symbolism from this card, there's 12 buds total on the different wands here. That symbolizes budding ideas, so everybody has their own idea. The number 12 relates to, I don't know how to say this, Lamed, testosterone raging. That is it, for sure. Or hormones in women's cases, other hormones, estrogen, and who knows what else. The number 12 relates to Lamed or lamed, the 12th letter of the Hebrew alphabet, which originally meant to goad. Its pictogram was a staff or wand, so that's where they think it came from originally. This chaos will calm despite ongoing disorder. Order can be restored. The astrological, I said, was Saturn in Leo, and that alone represents conflict. If you think of it if you're an astrological person, you think of it in astrological, Leo and Saturn do not mix. So Leo is, got this need to show off and these heady ideas, and Saturn is the disciplinarian and stuff. So they do not mix well together. That alone is conflict. So it's competition, hold your position. So the meaning itself is hold your position rather than compromise. Misunderstandings, conflict, scheduling problems, delays in travel plans. It can be if you're planning some kind of travel, business trip or something like that out of town. You can tell that there could be problems with the travel plans. So make sure you double check and triple check your travel plans because, you could have delays in flights. You could have who knows what else going on. It could indicate being surrounded by people with strong opinions, particularly in families, like I said, with my crazy, whacked out boardroom female people. So I know I've been using the Modern Tarot from Michelle T. is a great book, guys. Now, these are all the books I have been using to study. I go through several different ones, all very good, and all have their own take on things, for sure. And a lot of this stuff I've gotten from all of these books. Benebell is great. I love Benebell. But this one in particular, I just wrote myself a note, read the page from Modern Tarot, because this is such a good example. Every time now I think of the Five of Wands, I will think of this story. So she says, the Five of Wands is a total pain in the ass card. Generally petty in nature, it signifies anything from a stupid day that can't end soon enough to being surrounded by people who have become so consumed by ridiculous bullshit that it's affecting everything around them, yourself included. This card also rules competition, but not in a heroic way. More like the soul-deadening, annoying competition we experience in work and social circles. So her example is this. First, let me share with you the practically ionic Five of Wands day I experienced recently. The diner where we hoped to eat breakfast was closed because a driver had rammed their vehicle through the front door in the wee hours of the night. Poor me, right? Because it was raining, we chose to run errands in a horrible mall, but immediately felt spiritually poisoned by the environment. The things we had hoped to get weren't available. We allowed a fast-talking steam cleaner salesman to hijack us for 15 minutes. I attempted an intervention with a total stranger whose drug problem appeared to be compromising his parenting ability. Depressed, we decided to cheer ourselves up by visiting our favorite ramen house. It wasn't open. Later, when we were starving, my wife drove back to get food to go. It took 40 minutes, and as you can guess, they gave us the wrong order. None of this hurt my life at all. Even the serious problems I encountered, the diner, the parent, they weren't actually my problems. But still, when the Five of Wands pops up, you can expect pretty much nothing to go right for you. You may think the universe itself is in retrograde, but it's not. It's out to get you, but it's not so personal. To everyone, such shitty days must fall. At least they come to an end. So I just really liked that. Like I said, I know I've said before in her book, she's just very real and down to earth, and everything just seems like her girlfriend talking to her over the phone about what this means to you. I really like this book a lot. I like all of these books that I'm using, but I really like that book, especially for this one. So, and then Benabel had said, some have interpreted I really liked this too. This is cool. It is a great book. Really. I truly recommend this book a lot. She's totally real. Benabel said in Holistic Tarot, which I really liked this interpretation too. She says, some have interpreted the 5 individual boys here to represent the 5 clashing facets of the self. So it's not necessarily outer clash. It could be inner turmoil. Thus, rather than depicting literal clashing, it represents internal clashing within the seeker. The seeker is in contention with himself or herself over what goals to pursue and whether to pursue those goals. So if you are sitting with the seeker and saying, all this stuff about clashing and the chaos environment, and they really don't connect with it, you can say, well, it could be your inner turmoil. You're clashing with yourself. The different, thoughts and ideas in your head are clashing, and you're not really sure what is what. So at that point, not that we are supposed to advise, but I don't know about you guys. I always am like, well, my advice is, the cards say, but my advice is, you can take that or leave it. That's fine. But my advice would always be, don't make any decisions until you figure everything out as far as what's real and what's not. Let everything settle down. Tarot Alchemist, and quite often the external clashing can mirror the internal clashing. So true. Yes, absolutely. So all of a sudden you find your life is in chaos, and you realize, you know what? It's because I have some stuff to work on. Very, very, very true. Again, this seems like it's been a really short one, but sometimes I really get the wands. This card for me, I'm like, oh, duh. You look at this card, you think, oh boy, yep, it's going to be that kind of day. And sometimes I look at them and think, what the fuck is that? So sometimes it takes me longer. So if anybody, I just need to stop in coffee. Yes, coffee or tea. Absolutely. Sometimes if you guys want more, make sure you let me know in the down bar. I could keep going, but I feel like, yeah, this is one that hopefully we shouldn't have to take a lot of time with, because, we got this. It's pretty, well, we still took almost 20 minutes, so it was really, really good. Nailed it. I did want to mention, I don't usually tout my own videos, but because it's a giveaway, and I have learned now not to say giveaway in the title of a video if there's a giveaway, because then you get all these I'm so glad you made it too. I'm so psyched. That was great. You get all the snowplow. Damn it, it's snowing again. But you get all these people that you don't have that don't really watch your channel, that just searched giveaways and decided to join into your giveaway and stuff. So I never put that in my title anymore. But I do want the people who actually watch my videos to know that I am doing a giveaway. It is for a tarot tag, which is, I happen to have it still, Confessions of a Tarot Addict. So look for that video if you want to. Yay! I'll have to watch it, Tarot Alchemist. I've really, really enjoyed the videos that I've seen. It makes me feel a little better. Like maybe I'm not quite so crazy as I think. And I finally did kind of tell my husband. I mean, I had to tell him anyway because the prize is he's going to paint an original commissioned painting of the winner's favorite tarot card. So I did finally tell my husband what the video was about, and I don't think I said the number of how many decks I got. I'm pretty sure I didn't. I'm so glad. I'm really glad that everyone seems to really like his art, because I have to say, and I think I've said this in previous videos, I know I've said it on Instagram, but this is his way to combat addiction. He quit smoking January 1st this year because we're doing stuff for each other. I'm trying to lose weight, and I'm getting there. I'm being more active, and that's helping. But we want to be healthier for each other because now the kids are kind of out of the house now, and they don't have to be taken care of. And so really it's a lot more about him and I. And so he quit smoking, and I'm going to be healthier. And this is his therapy. It's art therapy for him. He has not smoked one cigarette since December 31st. And this is what he does. So, and I'm really glad that other people seem to enjoy it as much as I do. I love his artwork. I think it's incredible. But hopefully he will be able to come up with something that the winner will really like. Becky, you made it. I'm sorry you made it to just the end, but I'm glad you made it. So if, you enjoy his artwork and you are a tarot addict like most of us, make sure you check out my video, Confessions of a Tarot Addict. Do a tag, and I will put you in. Everybody has until February 28th to put your video down there for it, and I will enter you in, and we'll pull a name out of a virtual hat. I don't actually do a hat because it takes too long to write. I'm too lazy. So I do it on the computer, but I tape it so you can see that it's a real thing. See, I'm just confessing everything now. I'm lazy. I'm a tarot addict. I'm fat. What else can I confess tonight? Oh, thank you. My hair turned out pretty. It is starting to, my husband, again, yes, this husband, I really lucked out with him. He permed my hair last weekend. That's why I didn't do a video, is because he permed my hair. So it's been a week today, and it is starting to relax a little bit. I still have to put it up a little bit, but it's doing better. And he cooks too, guys. How did I get him? I don't know. I just love him to death. We've been together. I was trying to remember because I'm terrible at math. I think it's 91, 20. My son is 25, so this June will be 27 years. Shit. I don't know how it goes that fast. I feel like I'm 27. And he cooks, and he does this, and he's so good to me. So I really lucked out. Anyways, I'm so glad everybody joined, and I'm really glad that I got to catch up with y'all, and hopefully you all can understand, boy, the Five of Wands is a good one. And next week, we will come back for the Six of Wands. Yay, considering we're getting through the wand studies. I'm really loving the wand studies. Yay! I'm glad you made it too. I'm so glad you all made it. I hope you have very, very blessed rest of your weekend. And everybody, I will tell you one other thing. This is so stupid, but okay. Nightfall. There's a show called Nightfall, and it's on the History Channel. And just in case you're looking for a great show, that's what I've been watching on Saturdays before I get on here. It is so good. It's so good. It's about the Holy Grail and the Templars, but it doesn't have too much of the religious undertones of that. It's just, it's very, very, very good, though. Very well acted. It's awesome. Awesome show. So that's just my suggestion for the night. I'm so glad that everybody made it. I'm sorry to see that we're getting a couple other people here in on the end, but I'm had a great day, but it's a long one too, and I'm ready for jammies. I hope everyone has a great rest of the weekend and blessings, and thank you all so much for watching. Yay!